Today's reading is Fairy, an entry from the Monster Encyclopedia book series. This race is the most numerous of all fairies living in the fairy kingdom. The fairies are in fact a race that has the form of a little girl, that is so small their body can be held by a human hand. They are as childish as they look on the inside as well, and they're a cheerful race that loves music and dancing. Originally, they were not called monsters, but those that received succubus mana and changed into a succubus, of sorts, are treated as monsters. They've come to forest in the human world from the fairy kingdom in order to play with human men. Once they spot a human man, they'll fly around him and likely, emphasis likely, beg to be played with. However, they have no resistance to monsters. Given that they're childish, they often play with monsters such as pixies and imps, arch-imps included, who are also childish in the same way, and then become monsters due to the demon mana. They're likely to be taught plenty of pleasurable games too, due to the ideas put in their head by the monsters that they've played with, and instincts that they gain after becoming a monster. They know that if they play with a human man, they can have more fun and get off a lot more. When they beg to play with a human man, it's mostly sex that they're after. They can service a man by rubbing their entire little body against his penis, and from side to side with that. With their entire body, it may look as if not even the tip of the human penis would fit inside their little vagina. But, since they've become monsters, their body has adapted for convenient, emphasis on convenient, sex with human men, and they can make the shape of their tummy swell and receive a penis with their entire body. But from the look of it, and the powerful squeeze given to the penis, it seems as if they're about to be torn apart. But even in such a state, they don't feel pain and their body won't break. I'm just gonna guess and say demon mana did it. The only thing they taste is sweet pleasure, and when semen, which is even sweeter and more delicious than any kind of confectionery, is poured inside, they experience happiness as a monster. If there's only one, they have a small body and they're weak, so you can catch them and play with them appropriately, and then drive them away if you're satisfied. If also possible to keep and discipline them. But if there's a group of them, it will be troublesome to say the least. They'll swarm all over your entire body and you'll end up being forced to play with them until you pass out. When multiple fairies form a circle and dance, the circle of dancing will faintly glimmer due to the fairy's own mana, and a fairy ring will come forth. The thing at the center of it will be taken to the fairy kingdom, along with the dancing fairies themselves. In the same way, when one is attacked by a group of fairies, and they copulate so lewdly and wildly, it's as if they're dancing, a fairy ring will be created and the man under attack will wake up to find himself in the fairy kingdom. The fairy kingdom is full of happiness, and one will end up continuing to play with a countless number of fairies for the rest of their lives, while enveloped in happiness and not worrying about anything.